Hey everyone, welcome back. Now in this video, I'm going to be talking about something that is wildly known and very popular and very searched a lot on YouTube, and that is daily bias. And I want to show you just how easy it is and how you can actually, have this. It's okay to have the same bias throughout the week, or a couple weeks, or however long, and you can still trade it. And how exactly you can use that. So I'm going to be going through like all of these pairs right here outside of like the bonds ones and things like that. And like I said, I haven't looked at these yet, so I don't know what they look like outside of like indices or oil and gold. But I want to show you how like I do it every single Sunday. And then basically you'll see how I do it, and you can just kind of do that. You see what I mean? So let's get into it. So let's start with NASDAQ. Obviously this is a on Tuesday so far. So going into this week, however, what I like to do is just mark off PD arrays on the weekly or daily time frame. That price is either in or around. Okay, so I mark off this weekly SIBI right here. And then from there, I'd probably would drop down to the daily. I did drop down to a daily chart, and I'll be like, oh, what do I see here? I see a daily breaker. All right. My whole point of showing you this video, I want to show you guys like how easy it really is. So for me, we also have a fair value gap right here. So you could mark off the fair value gap if you wanted to. These were probably the only three things I would mark off on the daily. And then I'd look for, since this is Monday right here, and this is Friday, I would honestly set an alert like right here once price comes into here, okay? And just so I get alerted when that happens. And then I would want to trade, low. I would want to trade lower. And I'd like to find like a short entry during like the kill zone. So preferably New York. So I'm actually bearish for indices because of the weekly SIBI we're inside of, the daily SIBI, daily breaker. Now, this is how you can use invalidations to confirm a bias. Let's say Wednesday morning, this is the Wednesday candle, it closes above here. Well, guess what? I'm going to use that for Thursday, Friday. So Thursday, I'm going to be bullish, right? Why? Because like we invalidated this breaker, most likely, and also this SIBI. So now I'm going to be looking to target longs. Where do I target longs? Up here. All right? It's a, if this happens, then that sort of game. All right? So now if we, get the sell-off and we get like a nice structure shift to the downside. So like right here, I can't short this yet, okay? I would want something like this to happen. Whereas like on the hourly or the 4 hour, we get a nice clean move down, okay? Like that, and then I would look for a return back into there, and I'll drop down to the M5 chart, look for my market maker model. Does that make sense? Sure it does. Okay. Back out to the daily time frame. Now, where would I look for shorts? Well, obviously, if I'm just going off of Tuesday's price action, Wednesday, low-hanging fruit right here. All right, and then another low-hanging fruit right here at these relative equal lows right here. You see what I mean? That's pretty easy, right? It's not that hard. I'll set an alert right here. If we get a close above this, I'll look to long up here. Now, let's move on here to ES. Back out to a weekly chart. And let me just touch on something real quick. So I don't have, so I'm bullish Monday, Tuesday. Okay, I want price to come up into here. Why? Because I want shorts. Now, the way I trade, I'm not going to trade the bullish move because that's the fake move I'm anticipating. Okay, are there long opportunities in there? Maybe. Okay. For some of you guys that trade lower time frames, maybe you can get that on your entry model. Maybe you can get your entry model for that run. But for me, I'm using the fact that, no news on Monday, Tuesday's the election, and I'm using the data from Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday to frame Thursday, Friday, because I only need 1 or 2 trades a week, right? So let me just touch on that. I wanted to touch on that, sorry. Now let's go to ES. Now ES is currently, okay, I notice there's SMT here, okay? SMT at the highs. So we ran this high on ES, we did not. So I'd probably mark something like that off. Let me go back here. Actually, I have it marked off over here. So October 15th. All right, so we have SMT here as well. All right. Okay, you see that? We ran that high. We did not here on ES. Okay, so technically, ES is the weak repair. All right. Now, what I notice here? Okay, another daily gap. Okay. So we got a daily SIBI right here. All right. That's pretty much it on the weekly. Like I say, I'm looking at NQ as well for that. And then I'm going to be targeting these relative equal lows. That would be my first target right here. And then from there, you could probably target this gap right here. This inefficiency. Price really only does a couple things. Reach equilibrium, buy side, sell side, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Premium discount, all that good stuff. So yeah, that's like, for me, if I get closed tomorrow, looks like this is, if I get closed tomorrow up here, I'm going to be looking for longs Thursday, Friday to attack these highs right here. Okay. Pretty obvious. All right. Now let me go on to the next one. I'm going pretty slow here, but let me go to oil real quick. That's an ugly chart. Okay. Now for oil, so in the weekly here, weekly looks a little messy. Nothing of significance on the weekly chart, in my opinion, so I'll drop down to a daily. Okay, what I notice here, we have a gap that we're currently trading inside of. Okay, I also know we just had, we failed to close above this high, so it means this could probably be a nice little stop run. Now we're going to continue lower. So for me, until price closes above this SIBI, okay, I am going to remain bearish. I'm going to be looking for shorts all the way, down to here, low hanging fruit, right? Pretty obvious. Okay, this is not that hard. Daily buy, 6 minutes, 2 seconds. Let me go to gold. What are we looking for on gold? Okay, we got a little weekly SIBI here, a weekly BISI. I'm sorry. Okay. Daily. Tiny little fair value gap right here. Okay. So for me personally, I would like to see something like this. I would like for us to go lower to then go higher. Okay. We're all-time highs pretty much on gold. So I would like for us to trade lower to then go higher. So Monday, Tuesday, and then now it's Wednesday. However, I'm not taking a trade on this until we're down to here. Okay. Now, the only other way I would look to trade down to there is if price came up to here. So if price came up to here, we had a nice 1 hour shift to the downside. I could start to target shorts down to here. That'd be nice. However, in here, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of displacement. Hey, I actually dropped an hourly chart, and Yeah, see, not a whole lot of displacement. It's kind of choppy. You can tell a lot by looking at the higher time frame charts. Like me, I just look at the 1 hour chart all morning on NQ and ES. If it barely moves, then there's probably no displacement on the M5 chart. Okay, not that hard. So for me personally, it's either we go up to go lower, or we go up to then retest and then go higher, or we come lower to then go higher. Okay. Now you're probably like, well, those are a lot of scenarios, but only one of them has to happen. Okay. And like, well, what do you do in the meantime? You know what I mean? Nothing. You don't do anything. I'll drop down to the hourly chart again and show you. Do you see any sort of trade set up in here since Monday opening? I don't. I don't see any fair value gaps, which means there's no displacement, which means there's no speed, which means the market hasn't picked a direction yet. So I don't do anything. There's nothing to do, right? I'd want it to come down here, and then I want to see hourly structure to the upside to then frame longs back to here. If it comes up here, has nice displacement to the downside, I'll target this low. If it closes above, I'll target this high and then beyond. Silver. I think you guys can I could probably end the video here for most people, but I'm going to keep going because I haven't charted any of these out. So currently on weekly, okay, we're currently trading inside of a weekly gap here. Actually, I don't think I'm going to go through all these. I'll take a long time. But for me, I would not be taking this long. I'd be like, okay, cool. This is pretty simple. All right, so we're currently trading inside this gap. I'd actually, since it's a weekly gap, I'd probably just mark off the daily gap right here. Okay. So what do we notice here with gold and silver? So October 23rd low, October 23rd low. So SMT at the lows right now. Okay. SMT doesn't mean anything without displacement, though. Right? We could just keep going lower or higher. You need displacement. So I would, and I think there's SMT here at the highs, too. Yeah, SMT at the highs as well. So silver is not something I personally trade. I trade gold. But I would wait to see what happens on gold, right, first, before looking for anything. And also, too, the hourly doesn't look good on this either since the opening on Sunday. So I'll probably just stick with gold. Be okay, I'm just waiting see what happens at gold before I trade silver or gold. Let's do dollar real quick. I'm going to just do like 3 of these, 1 of these, and yeah. Weekly chart here on dollar. What do you see here? I see this weekly fair value gap. Looks like we tagged into. Weekly BISI here. Okay. Got some low hanging fruit up here. Gap. Okay, daily. So to me, this is looking like a Tuesday low of week on dollar. Okay, which would mean Tuesday high of week on indices if everything's correlating properly. All right, so I'll drop down to a daily chart. I see it's not a whole lot of daily PD arrays. I guess we ran this low that makes this weekly SIBI. So I'll mark this sell side off. Yeah, so I would be looking to target longs here on dollar up to there, and then probably next target would be, I think there was a weekly gap I would target. Yeah, weekly gap right here if you wanted to really get a little crazy with it. So yeah, I think the low is in. Also, this video will come out and we'll already have the bias on these certain. We'll see if I was right or wrong. So go back and check, please, and then trash me on Twitter if you want. Let's go to I'll do euro. Well, no, euro. It's probably gonna be Tuesday high of week based off of dollar, right? GU, same thing. Tuesday high of week. Let's do CAD. All right. It's probably going to be the same thing as... Yeah, so all these USD crosses are probably going to be all the same because of the fact that dollar made the low of the week. So I'm going to skip these. I'm going to go to AUD JPY. This has nothing to do with it. So yeah, this is a horrible pair at the moment. So this is great because I get questions like, okay, well, like what if the pair I'm trading or the pairs I trade are untradeable? They're untradeable. You just answered your own question, right? Either find new things. So for me, NQ, ES, oil, gold. That's it. Don't trade anything else. I look at silver with gold. That's about it. All right. So weekly here on AJ. Let's see. Sorry, it's checking the election. Okay. So for me, I don't if anyone tells you they know where price is going from right here on this chart, they are lying. Okay? Gun to my head, I probably lean bullish because it's only because of one thing. We have yet to hit an inefficiency right here, and I think this would obviously be this would be premium up here. And also too, why are we consolidating? Why are we consolidating right here? We're consolidating right here because we're at equilibrium. All right. A lot of times price will like to consolidate around equilibrium, especially over a weekly range. All right. So look at this. From this high to this low, had to move up, and now we're consolidating. All right. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. I'd lean bullish because I think we need to go to this inefficiency. And yeah, I'd probably target up to here. And let's look at the 1 hour on this. Not the cleanest, right? So I'd probably just stay away from it. Okay? That's all right. People tell you like you need to do something. You don't need to. NZD cab, I think it's just the strength indicator right here. Weekly chart, I don't see anything of significance. Looks like we're reacting away from this tiny little fair value gap. Let's look at the daily real quick. Okay, right here, I don't know. I'd probably lean bearish, I'm sorry. Because I think we need to get down here. Let's check the weekly range out again. I don't even know what the weekly range would be. You see how like I'm not so far off from you guys? Like I don't really know some of the answers to the questions I ask myself either. Yeah, I'd probably lean bearish down to here and then just kind of see what happens. Like I say, I don't know. Like daily chart doesn't look the best, right? This was a little bit cleaner up here, right? Price respected this fair value gap, sold off a little bit. Let's do a trending market. Let's do Bitcoin. Okay. Okay, so now we have relative equal highs here on Bitcoin. Yeah, this is pretty obvious, right? And the reason I want to show you guys an obvious one is because, like, I feel like a lot of people, they screw up with their daily bias because they try to overcomplicate something that's really easy to see. Like oh man, like if they would have just saw these 6 red candles, they'd be, oh man, we could be going like bearish. Why? We have yet to invalidate a swing low, for a clear shift in structure, right? So far, our order flow is bullish, right? Higher highs, higher lows, like, there's no reason why this isn't the next target. So I'll probably mark off this fair value gap right here. Zoom out a little bit. That's the lowest one. That's why I'll put that one on there. And then I'd probably wait for another one to get put in. And then I'd be targeting this high, right? Or maybe I might find something on the hourly chart. Like, I actually don't even need a fair value gap to be put into the upside. Because we already have that low of the week here, I think. And then we're having clear structure to the upside, right? Look at this hourly chart here, ever since Monday. Clear structure to the upside. So I probably just play the retracement back, looking for a buy model to the upside. All right. Let me see if I can find something else, like bonds or something. Nah, that's pretty easy. Bearish. Yields, bullish. Yeah, and then that's pretty much it. If there's anything you guys like want me to like touch over, just drop the chart in my free Discord. I'll post that link down below. But yeah, that like the three key things here. Let me just write these out for you guys. Number one, don't make it harder than it needs to be. 2, quit flip-flopping. Instead, wait. Okay? So, like, if I'm expecting price to run a low before going higher, and Monday, Tuesday it goes down and runs that low, I'm waiting for a structure shift to the upside, right? I'm not trading the move down. Why? Because that's probably going to be a low probability move. And it's not, and move is fluid, right? Let me show you guys an example of that. So let's go back to dollar, right? Let's look at dollar real quick. And sometimes too, it gets there in a real hurry, and you know, the manipulation, you really don't get a chance to enter. So let's check this out. So Monday opened up, kind of went higher. Okay, look right here. Like, do you see any sort of retracement in this? It just kind of ran down, set the low of the week, looks like, and now we're going higher. You see what I mean? That's usually what happens, or we'll do like a slow grind down with no sort of PD arrays or anything like that. Let me go back to my... Okay, here we go. So number 3, ask yourself... if this happens, I'll do this. Okay. All right. Try to find ways. So like how I did on indices up here. I was like, okay, look at this. I challenge you guys to do this. If we get a close above, retest, boom. If we start to show some hourly structure to the downside, I will look for shorts. Why hourly structure? Because that is like showing us on the lower time frames that, you know, price is starting to, you know, have a reversal, right? We don't want to wait for like a clear move, like a clear daily close if we don't have to, right? Go back on that. All right. And then 4, well, it could be 4 here. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. Quit flopping. Instead, wait. Ask yourself, if this happens, I'll do this. And be okay with not having a bias. Find something else to trade. Now, big caveat with that is, I don't want you to be like, okay, well, NQ isn't clean on Monday, so I'll trade AUD USD on Tuesday, and then Wednesday I'll trade gold, Thursday I'll trade NZD-CAD. Like, your brain is just gonna get fried, and you don't want to do that. Just stick to a couple pairs, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, no more than 5 pairs. I recommend. All right. ES, NQ for me, oil, gold. That's 4. All I need. Okay. So I recommend doing that. That's the last thing I recommend. Stick with a couple pairs. Stick with a couple of pairs and master them. And what I mean by master is chart them out every Sunday. Watch them, see what they do. All right? Nothing else. The more you bring into this game, the harder this game will be. Okay? This is a very easy game, especially with daily bias. My friend T Trades, you guys know, has best videos on daily buys, because why? Most people don't understand it. I don't get it. But here, hopefully this video helped. I'll see you guys back here on the next one.